Okay, in the Google Classroom, can you please check it from your end? Like, I shared the Google Classroom. Okay, you guys need to check it in the share the document in the Google Classroom. Please check it. Okay. Mm. Yeah. Thanks, Ajit. Yeah, let me share my screen. Mm. So today, what we need to discuss it. So in P part, like a patch function and PDF function that we can discuss it, right? In the last class. Next one is proper. Proper function is very important. What proper function will do? That means suppose suppose any name column or something is there. Okay. Always the first character will be converted into capital letters, remaining all are small letters. What proper function will do means like each and every word starting character must and should be capital letters, remaining all are small letters. That is what the proper function will do. Proper function means always for each and every word starting character is in capital letter, remaining all are in small letters. So for that we have to use proper function. Okay, let's see. Let's see with example. Suppose I'm creating a new column. Okay. In the new column, what I need to add it is proper function I am applying. Okay. Let's see how we can apply it. Okay. So I'm adding a new column. If you want to add a new column to the data table means you have to use add column function, right? In the add column, first data source name, comma. What is the column name here? I'm giving a column name is proper. So that means whatever function name is there, same as it is function name I'm displaying. Because for identification purpose, you have to take like this. Comma. Proper of proper of. So here you need to pass the column name. Okay. You can pass any column. Okay. But right now I'm not giving column name. I'm giving a static value. Okay. Suppose for example, power APPS. If the static value is like this, then what will happen? For each and every word, starting character will be converted into capital letters, remaining all are small letters. That is what the proper function will do. Okay. If you pass the column name also, for that also it is doing the same thing. Okay. That means each and every word, the starting character must and should be capital letter, remaining all are small letter. Okay, if you know Power BI, so in transform data, we have an option. What is that? Capitalize each word. Okay, there is an option capitalize each word. Similar like that, here the proper function will be there. Understand? See here. Now, whatever column it is added, so that column I need to add it in the data table. In the edit fields, you just need to add that column. What is that? That column you have to select it and click on OK. See here, what will happen? What I'm giving in the text static value, all are small letter. But for each and every word, the starting character, whatever it is there, that it will be converted into capital letters, remaining all are small letters. That means P is in capital letter, O, W, E, R is in small letters. Okay. And after that, that means how you can say the words means. So those are words, how you can say, because in between the words, if space is there, those we can call it as words, right? If in between the two words, if there is a space is there, that we can call it as word. Okay, so that means for each and every word the starting character is capital letter, remaining all are small letters, it will be converted. See here, for apps also, A is in capital letter, remaining all characters is in small letters. This it will shows. Not only static value, you can pass the column name, but actually, when I pass the column name, agent name is also every character is in capital letters, right? That's the reason there is no use of it. So that's the reason. So see here, if I'm giving agent name, okay, just give the column name. See here, what will happen? See here, see here, Naresh IT is there. IT is in capital letter. But whenever I applied a proper function for this column, only the starting word of the character only it is capital. Remaining all characters are converted into small letters. Okay, this is what the proper function will do. Understand clearly or not? Okay, very important in real time. Proper function is important. Okay, so if you know, like in Power BI, we are using an option like capitalize each word. There is an option in transform data. There is an option called capitalize each word. That by using that option and this proper option, both are same itself. Understand clearly or not? This is how the proper function. Next one is refresh. What is refresh function will do? That means refresh means reloading the data source. That means in the refresh function, what data source you are calling, that table it will be reloaded. Suppose, for example, when you connect with the default Canvas app, when you connect with the default Canvas app, there are three screens are created. So when you connect with the default Canvas app, three screens are created, right? Browse screen, detail screen, and edit screen. Automatically it will create it, right? So in that browse screen, you will see an icon, right? This is an icon. What is this icon? Refresh icon. You can take a refresh icon. In this, what function we are applying? Refresh function. What refresh function? Inside the refresh function, you just need to mention the table name. What is the table name is there? That table name. That means when you are connecting with any of the data source and pulling the data, at the time of pulling the data, some table name will be there, right? That table name we need to give it. Whenever we are giving inside the table name in this function, what will happen is it will reload it. Whenever you are performing an action, every time it will reload the data from the data source itself. Okay, every time it will reload the data from the data source. Whenever you hit this particular action, whenever you are performing an action, at that time only it will be reloaded, not every time. Okay, whenever you are performing an action, at that particular point of time only it will reload the data from the data source. Understand clearly? Just a refresh function, and inside this you just need to pass the table name. That's it. Understand clearly or not? This is about refresh function. If you want, you can write it also. Suppose, for example, so this is the table, right? So in this table, okay, see here, I'm taking an icon. where you need to take an icon. In the insert, there is an click on refresh or not this one. Okay, reload. Yeah, see here, this is an icon. When you take this icon, in this icon, what you have to do? You have to use refresh. Refresh. Okay, refresh of table name. Which table you want to refresh it? That table name. Suppose in this particular data table, which table you are calling? See here, under the properties, there is a data source. The table name is there, right? What is the table name here? Table 1 underscore 1, right? That table name you need to pass it inside that particular function. Understand? See here, table. That's it. Okay. So whenever you are performing this action, that means suppose whenever you click on this one, every time it will load that particular data from that particular data source itself. Whatever the data is there, that data from which data source it is loading, it will go to that particular data source and load the latest data into this one. Understand? That is refresh function. Understand? Next one is remove. What is remove function will do? Remove means if you want to delete a record, specific records, if you want to delete a specific records, then you have to use a function called remove. Suppose, for example, see here. In remove, there are in three cases we have removed the records. That means if you want to remove the record from the data source, you have to use a function called remove. Okay. So that means, so in remove function, either you can remove specific records, remove specific records, remove duplicate records. Third one, remove all the records from the data source. Understand? These are the three different cases will be there. Let's see one by one. Understand? In remove option, if you want to delete the record specific, if you want to delete the specific record from the data source, in three different ways we can remove it. One is if you want to remove the specific records, then we have to use remove function. If you want to remove the duplicate records also, you have to use remove function. If you want to remove all the record from the data source also, you have to use. In these three different cases, I will show you clearly with example. Let's see. Suppose, for example, I'm taking a new screen. In that new screen, what I want to do is, see here, I'm taking a button. Here, I'm writing a collection data. Okay. So the items are ABC. I'm creating a collection first of all, and I will show the examples with those. Okay. Now I'm inserting a records like this. See here, data table. I want to show those records in the data table. Yeah. So in this data table, which one you want to display it? A collection, right? What is the collection data here? What is the name of? See, you know, right, how you can create a collection? Just a table name and comma in this one. This is for one row. Okay. One record. Column name, colon, value, comma, another column name, colon, another value like this. Okay. And in this data table, you just need to call that collection data here. See here, when you call the collection data and click on edit fields here, what columns you wanted. See here, ID and name. Those column values, you can see it there itself. Okay. When you perform an action at that time only, it will show the data in the data table, right? See here, that records will be displayed. Like this, how many records you want you can display it, all these things. Suppose, for example, I'm clicking on this multiple times. Okay, the same record will be this one. Suppose, for example, in this one, like Power Apps, like this. I'm creating a collection data. Yes, now run the application. See here, see multiple records. So suppose this is a collection related button. Okay. Whenever you click on this button, then automatically those related collection data in this data table, it will shows it. Understand clearly or not? So that means in the data table, you just need to call that particular collection name. And here, 1 second. Yeah. In this data table, you just need to call the collection, and after that you need to add the columns, whichever columns in the collection, whatever columns you wanted, you can add it from that from those collection data. Okay, after adding those columns, immediately data won't be appear in the data table itself. When you click on, when you performing an action, okay, the button action, whenever it is performed, at that time only it will shows the data in the data table. Okay, for the first time. Okay, now see here. Now this is how I need to create a collection and it will show the data. So this is collect. This is collection data. Okay, this is a collection. Suppose, for example, I'm taking another button here. Button. In this, what I want to do is, sorry, same. In this one, what I want to do is, okay. So in this one, okay, I want to perform the first option. What is the first option? Remove specific record from that particular collection. That means I want to remove first record. I want to remove last record. Then you have to use remove function. For that also remove. Remove of, okay. Just what is the collection data here? The table, what is the collection name here? That name, comma. And if you want to remove from the collection, I want to remove the first record, or else I want to remove the last record. Then those related conditions you need to write it. If you want to remove the first record, means what function it is? Only first row if I want to remove from that particular table. Then what function we have to use it? You have to use first function, right? First is a function which will remove the first record from that particular data source, right? See here, in that first function, you just need to call that particular collection name. That's it. See here. That means first table name, data source name here, and after that, which record, either first record or last record. If you want to remove the first record, then you have to use like this. Then what will happen? See here, run the application. When you run the application, see here, what will happen? Remove the first record. See here, from the collection itself, first record will be removed. Understand? Suppose, Vijay, I have a doubt here. If I want to remove the last record, then what you have to do? In place of first, you have to put last. So I want to remove first and last record both. Is it possible? Yes, you can write multiple conditions here, multiple items here itself. That means here I'm writing last of collection data. What is the table? Collection data. That means what it will remove? It will remove the first record as well as the last record. See here, both. Understand or not? Is it clear or not? Okay. Suppose for example, okay, I'm inserting this collection data here. Okay, you understand, right? If you want to delete a specific item means you have to, by using remove function, in the remove function data source name, comma, which item you want, first record, second record, or else whichever record you want to delete it, you can delete it. Next one is a remove duplicate records. If I want to remove, is there duplicate values are there? Yes, one is there. But I want to see only one record. Here, there are multiple ones are there, but I want to see one record only. Multiple twos are there. I want to see two. That means if I want to remove the duplicates means it will take the unique values from that particular table. Okay. If you want to remove the duplicate values, even though remove a remove function only, we have to use it. See here. Duplicate records. Remove duplicate records. Okay. If you want to remove the duplicate values means what you have to do is, see here. Suppose, for example, I want to remove the duplicate values. If I want to remove the duplicate values means you have to write like a all. See here. first of comma. Let's see what is that remove function will be. See, even conditions, even if you want to write the conditions also, condition things also you can remove it. Understand? So like this, even if you want to remove the duplicates also, that is also possible here. Like yeah, see here. Now see on the application. See here, when you click on this button, see here, that means it will, whatever records are there, multiple records are there, those records it will be removed. Understand clearly or not? Okay. That means I'm selecting one record. That one record will be deleted from all the things. Understand clearly or not? So this is how, if you want to remove it, then we have to use, see here, in remove the first. That means only first records, if you want to remove it, then first records, those only it will be removed. Okay. Or else suppose, for example, if you give like this also, like a collection data, then see here. Now what will happen? If you click on this one, remove all the records from that particular table. Okay. In this one, if you want to delete any particular records means, particular record from the data source means, you have to use this function. Okay. Remove. Inside the remove, what you have to write it? See here. That means, see, in this one, collection data, whatever collection name is there, collection data, same collection record, and after that, remove all. That means remove flags dot all. If you run this one, then what will happen? It will delete all the record from that particular table data source. Okay. See here, click on this one. Now all the records are getting deleted. Understand clearly or not? Suppose, for example, if you want to, the records, remove for duplicate. See here, there are different options. Okay. That means the first records will be removed. Whatever the first one records are there, all the things are removed from the particular one. Understand clearly or not? This is how the remove function will be there. Remove function is used for if you want to remove the specific records, okay, then we have to use remove function. That means in the remove function, suppose for example, if you suppose for example, if you want to apply based on the condition, I want to remove it. Based on the condition, I want to remove it. If you want to remove based on the condition means, then we need to go for remove if. Okay, what is that? Remove if. Okay, but in remove function, if you want to remove the delete duplicate records, or like if you want to remove all the record from the particular data source, okay, if you want to remove specific records, either first record or last record, like that, if you want to remove it, then we then we have to use remove function. Understand or not? Is it clear or not? Okay. Next one is remove if. Okay. Remove if means based on the condition, it will remove the records. Understand? Based on the condition, it will remove the records. Okay. Based on the condition, if you want to remove the records means, then we have to use a function called remove if. What is that? Remove if. So let's see remove if, how remove if function will do. Suppose, for example, I'm taking a new screen. In this new screen, I'm creating a collection for this one. Whatever screen to collection is there, same I'm copying here and paste it in screen 3. Okay. So I want to take the data table. In that, you just need to call that particular collection name. In this, what columns you required it. And then see here. And now what I want to do is, see here. Now I want to remove specific records. That means based on the condition I want to remove. Then what you have to do is, I'm taking a button. See, button. In this button, what I want to do is, remove if. Okay. Suppose, for example, here, okay, and remove in this one. I'm writing a remove function in this button. Remove if. Okay. So first of all, data source name. I think my data source is collection data. And here you can write the condition. Okay. Whichever condition you want, you can write it. Okay. That means you can write multiple conditions also. Okay. First you have to write the collection name, and after that you can write a condition. That means I want to delete where ID is equal to where ID column greater than 2. 2. I'm giving a condition this one. What will happen once again? Okay. So what will happen here it is, that means in this ID, whichever records having greater than 1, okay, whatever it is there, those records, it will be deleted. So see here, that means whenever this condition is satisfied, those related records are deleted from this collection data. Okay, understand? Let's see from the application. When you click on this remove if, see, understand or not? Two record will be deleted because I'm writing a condition, that one, right? That's the reason. Okay. So in this one, what I'm taking here, suppose for example, I'm taking a button in this, some collection data I'm loading. Okay. This is the collection data. After loading a collection data, I want to load that collection data in this data table. After loading the data into the, after loading the collection data into the data table, I'm taking one button. In this button, I'm applying a remove if function. Okay. In this remove if, first data source name, comma, condition. Okay. So based on the condition, based on the condition, whichever records are satisfied in this collection data, those related records, it's getting deleted. Understand or not? Like this, based on the condition, if you want to remove the records from the particular data source, then you have to use remove if. Okay. So, and if I want to remove like a first row and last row and middle row, something like that, if you want to remove it, then then we have to use remove function. Understand clearly or not? And And one more important point here it is, like, suppose for example, see here, if you in remove F, if you want to delete all the records, understand? If you want to delete all the record from the data source in remove if, okay, then here just you have to mention the collection name and comma, just you need to give true function. That means in that collection, how many number of records are there? All the rows are satisfied, right? Whenever whenever you are writing a true here, that means each and every record in that particular collection must and should be satisfied. That means all those records, it will be removed. If you want to remove all the record from that particular data source, then you have to use in remove if, just collection name, and just you have to write true. That's it. What is that? True. Whenever you are writing a true, what will happen? It will delete all the record from that particular data source. Understand clearly or not? This is remove and remove if condition. Okay, most of the times in real time we have to use remove if condition. Understand clearly or not? So this is how it will be there. Okay, next one is replace. Replace means if you want to replace portion of the string, if you want to replace a portion of the string to the new string, then you have to use replace function. Let's see practically how you can apply replace function. Okay, because who knows Power BI? In Power BI, what replace function will do? Here also same replace function will do. In Power BI, substitute also there. Here also there is a substitute function. Understand? Let's see with example. Okay. See here. Suppose, for example, I want to load the collection data here. In this one, what I want to do is, see, this is a collection data, right? So, if I want to replace part of the string, then we have to use replace function. See here what replace function will do. First of all, I want to add a new column to this one. Then that's the reason. Add columns, comma, here replace. Replace. Replace of, see here, replace of. First, what you need to write? Text. Okay, that means column name. What is the column name here? Name column. Okay, suppose name column, comma. From which character to which character, that you have to mention it here. What is the starting, from which position you want to start it? Suppose I'm starting from second character. Okay, or else I want to start from first character up to two characters. That means the meaning of this one is, in this name column, it will start from first character up to two characters. That means first two characters. Instead of that one, I want to replace it to new string. That new string, you have to give it in the double quotes. Like, see here, PQR, like this I'm giving. That means in this name column, first two characters, whatever it is there, in place of that, this new value will be replaced. Remaining part is also there. Only it will be replaced first two characters. Understand? See how the result it is displayed. Very important function. Understand? See here, add that particular column. See here, see here. What is the first two characters? AB here. In place of AB, it is PQR. Okay. Here, in place of PO, it is PQR WER. It is displaying, right? Like this. Understand? Suppose, for example, in place of this one, I want to start second character up to two characters. That means from the second character to two characters. It will start from, where is the second character? This is the one. B is the second character. From B to, what is the two characters means? BC is the two characters. In place of BC, what it will be replaced with? PQR. That means A PQR will be displayed. Understand? Next one. Here in this particular cell, what is the two for from second position to up to two character? What it is there? OW. In place of OW, what value will be replaced? PQR. That means P PQR ER A PPSS, like this. Understand clearly enough? That means if you want to replace portion of the string, okay, if you want to replace portion of the string with the new string, then we have to use replace. That means from which portion? From this position to this position. Okay, based on this, it will be displayed. Understand clearly or not? But substitute, it is not like that. Okay, directly you can give the value. In replace, you have to give the starting position up to how many number of characters and a new value you need to give. But in substitute, another function is also there. Substitute is also replacing the part of the string. Substitute. See, substitute is also replacing the part of the string. Okay. So here you have to mention the name column. Okay. Comma. Here, old text. In that, what is the, suppose for example, in place of a, okay, wherever a is there, in place of a, new value will be replaced as power apps. I'm giving like this. What will happen in the name column? Wherever, wherever A is there, in place of that, this new value will be replaced. Remaining part as it is value will be there. Understand clearly or not? This is, oh, and use it. See here, add that particular column. See here, wherever here A is there, in place of A, this value will be replaced. That means, see, I want to show you complete value, then you will understand it. See here, see, in place of A, I want to replace it to. That means in place of A, it is replaced to power apps and remaining value BC is there at the end. Understand? Here also, where if it is A is there, see here, power and in the first apps, there is a will be there. In place of that one, again power apps like PPS will be there. Like that. You understand both the difference between replace and substitute. Replace and substitute both are same itself, but here it will take four parameters. It is a three parameter syntax. Replace is a four parameter syntax. Substitute is a three parameter syntax. That means in replace, after passing a column name, from which position to which position, you have to mention it, must and should. From that particular position to, it will be replaced with the new value. This is the new value. That means from this position to this position, in place of that, this new value will be replaced. Remaining as it is value will be there. Understand clearly. Here also, see here. But in substitute, so whatever the value is there, directly you can mention it here. Okay. What is the old value that you have to mention it? And what is the new value that it will be replaced? That means wherever the old value is there in the name column, wherever old value is there, in place of that one, this value will be replaced. Understand clearly or not? This is replace and substitute function. Understand clearly, very important. Understand? Next one is reset. See, there are two functions are there. Reset and reset form is different. What is reset option will do? That means, suppose for example, you are entering some in a some elements, you are entering some data. That means in text boxes, in text input, you are entering a value. So whenever I'm clicking on any button, what will happen? Previously, in that particular text box, what values are there? Same as it is values will be resetted. That means, let's see with example. See here, I'm taking two text input elements. Okay. See here, I'm taking two elements. See here, there are two text elements, right? Suppose, for example, I want to remove all the elements in the default property. I want to remove this one. Okay. In both the things here also remove it. Okay. Take the button. See, in this particular one, what I am saying is reset. When I click on reset, what will happen? See here, only one text input is enough, not more than that. See here, suppose I'm entering some text here. Okay. After entering the text, so actually what will happen here it is, let's see some problem it will happen. If before, without writing an reset form, without writing reset function, there are some problems are facing. What are those problems means? See here, suppose for example I'm entering some text like this. Okay, so that means instead of this text, I want to enter a new. That means I want to remove all the records. Instead of removing all the records from that particular text box, I'm applying some reset function. That's it. Whenever I'm applying a reset function, when you click on this button, that means in this text box, before entering any value in the text box, how the text box will be there, and after clicking on the reset button, and the same thing it will be shown. Suppose for example, let's see, that means if I'm entering something text means, if I want to enter the new text in the text box means, first of all you have to remove all this text in this text box. First of all, you have to remove all the text from the text box. Instead of removing, with a single function, we can directly remove it. What is that function is? Reset function. Okay. In this, I'm applying that reset function in the button. Okay. In the button, in on select property. Okay. What I'm applying is reset. Reset of just whatever element name is there. That means in which element you are entering the text, that element name. What is the element name here? Text input one. That name you have to enter it here. Text input. Text input one. See here. I'm just entering that one. That's it. Okay. Now, if you run the application, see here, you're entering the text. Instead of using backspace in your keyboard, by clicking on this just reset button, automatically the text will be cleared. Okay, that means before entering into the text, before the text enter into the text box, how the text box will be there, it will go back to that particular position. Understand? So before entering the text box, how the text box will be there? Empty text box. Okay. So I'm entering some text here. When you click on this particular one, before entering the data in the text box, how the text box will be there? Empty text box, right? By simple clicking on this reset, automatically the empty text box will come. That means reset means previous value. Always it will shows the previous value. Reset means always it will shows the previous value. How the previous value is there in the text box, same value it shows. Suppose, for example, Vijay, I'm taking multiple text boxes here. Understand, right? Reset function. Just in the reset function, you just need to pass the element name. What is the element name here? Text input. Not only this one, you can take different elements, and those element name you have to pass it here. Suppose I'm taking another text box. if I'm taking another text box, see here, in this one, the default value, don't put anything here. Okay, remove it. Now, see here, if you click on, if something you click on here and you click on here also, then what, when you click on reset, that means the first text box values only, it will be resetted. What about the second text box? If you want to reset the second text box also, in the function, that means in the button, again one more reset function you have to write it. What is that? One more reset function. See here, one more reset function. Inside that one, what is the element name that you have to write it? What is the element name here? Element name is text input 4, that you need to pass it like this. That means how many elements are there? Those many reset functions you need to call it. See here, now run the application. See here, now click on this one. First it will clear the first text box. Another one, next text box reset function will box, because you are applying two reset functions here, right? That means first reset function is for clearing the first text box. Second reset function is works for second text box related. Understand? That means in the same button. Suppose you have like 10 to 15 elements are there. That means you need to write those many functions, it will impact it for the performance, right? If you have 15 elements are there, all the 15 elements reset functions, you need to put semicolon and writing all the reset functions means it will affect for that performance. So to overcome this, what you have to do is, what you have to do is, you have to set a variable. Okay, what is that? You have to, in this button itself, you have to set a variable. What is the variable you have to set it? Global variable you have to set it. Don't worry, I will tell you what is global and local variable. Global variable. For global variable, you have to use a function called set. Okay. Inside the set, you can give any global variable name. Suppose, for example, reset element. You have to give unique global variable name. This is a global variable name. Understand? And comma, see, sorry, put comma here, false. Okay, same function. You need to set it to true. What will happen here? What is the meaning of this one? Meaning of this one is, first, whatever variable name is there, that variable name, if the variable is false, that means what will happen? That means it is set it to reset, is set it to false. That means, if that means by default it is false. Okay, you have to perform it. That means in the variable, first the variable name assign as false it is. That means the reset form, whatever reset is there, function is there, that function will be, that means this function will be assigned as first to false it is. Assigned to false. Afterwards, it is changed to true by writing like this. Okay. And what will happen? This is a global variable. You can write like this in this particular button. After that, you will select these elements. Okay. And select the elements. And here, after selecting multiple elements by using control plus click, you can select multiple elements. And in the property, you will have a reset function is there. What is that? Reset. By default, reset is set it to false. But in our global variable, what is the reset option is set for the global variable? It is true. But first it is set to false. After that, it is executed to variable is set to true. That means, so in this reset, you have to call that particular variable name. What is that variable name? Reset. Understand clearly or not? See here. Suppose now you are entering. Not only to, you can take you can take n number of elements. With all the n number of elements, you can simply, with one function itself, you can reset it. See here, we can. Otherwise, what will happen? If you have like 15 elements means, you have to write 15 reset functions. Okay. Each and for in this button itself, you have to write 15 reset functions. Okay. So then it will be impacted for the performance of that particular app. So instead of avoiding, what you have to do is, first you have to set the variable, whether it is a true or false. First you have to set, and you have to set the global variable. See, for global variable, you have to write the set function. Inside that, any name, variable name, any name you can give it. And here you just need to write a false, because by default it is set to false, because sometimes the button, that means the reset function will be set to true in the backend itself. So that's the reason I'm changing to false first of all and assigning to this variable, and immediately the same function with the true. Then in this variable, previously what value is there? False it is there. Now it is set to true. Now you can select. So that means in this button, whatever you are writing, this variable, you have to call this variable for all the elements. That's the reason I'm selecting all the elements once at a time. By using control plus click, you can select multiple elements and go to the reset property here. And here you just need to call that particular variable name. Automatically in that variable, what option is there? True is there, right? True means previously, that means it is set to the reset function is applied. True means reset function is applied. Understand? Whenever reset function is applied, then automatically previously in the text box, what values are there? If you want to clear it, just click on that particular button. All the text boxes will be cleared. Reset means previous value, shows previous value. So for that, you have to use reset function. Is it clear or not? Anyone having any doubts? Ajit, Jyoti, Kalavati, Mastan, Prabhavati, Rupali, Rupesh, Sumit, everyone. Anyone having any doubts in today's class? Anyone? Okay, very important reset. Okay, if it is one or two elements, then you can directly in the button itself, two reset functions you can write it. But if it is more than multiple elements, like suppose for example, you have 10 elements are there. For all the 10 elements, you want to apply the reset function for all the elements. It's very difficult, right? And it will impact it for the app itself. That's the reason you have to set a global variable for this one, and you just need to call that one. Then immediately with one operation, all the elements need to be resetted. Understand clearly or not? If it is one or two elements, directly you can write the reset function. Reset means it will go back to the previous. Reset means it will go back to the previous value. Okay. Tomorrow I will explain you reset form. Very important. Reset form. Let's see how the reset form it will be there. In tomorrow's class, we will discuss it. Understand clearly or not? Anyone having any doubts? Anyone? Okay. Okay, we can stop it here. We'll continue tomorrow. Bye, guys.